Learner's permit.
Learner's permit.
Learner's permit.
Learner's permit.
Learner's Permit! Hello, and welcome to the Learner's Permit podcast, a show where four friends lock themselves in a room and forcefully educate each other on the topics they're most passionate about. Each week, one host selects a subject to educate the other three about in hopes of broadening their woefully narrow horizons. Or sometimes they just all suffer from the holiday sleepies and forget the format. I'm your host, Liam. Next week is Christmas. I am here with two of my favorite co-hosts. I won't tell you which ones.
I'm one of them. My name's Adam.
I'm Kody.
We're the two favorites.
Yeah.
That's true. You are two of my favorites,
Yeah.
for sure.
Where do you think the other one's at?
Sucking his thumb.
Oh, bold assumption from Monsieur Adam over there. What made you say sucking his thumb?
Sorry, you just had a little lapse of baby speak there, Kody. I'm a little.
Is that what it was?
By that.
No, it was not baby speech. It was me saying Monsieur Adam over there.
How would you describe that if not baby
An
speak?
accent, not baby speak.
What
French.
kind of accent? Be very careful now, Kody. Oh, French. Really? I didn't know you spoke French, Kody. That's
Bonjour.
wonderful. You know the French are terribly snobby about
Yes,
accents.
I have.
If you don't get it
heard
right,
that.
they will chew your shit out, is what they'll do. And they're French. They do
They
stuff
do
like
do that.
Yeah. They don't wear deodorant and they do toss salad.
Can you speak from
Anyway,
experience?
Yeah, next week
Oh.
is Christmas. I've never met a French person, and God help me if I ever
You've
do.
never met a French
But,
person?
Never, not once in my
How
life.
is that possible?
What do you mean? What the fuck? We don't live in France, Adam. What are you talking about? How is that possible? I've never been to France.
Well,
Some of us aren't as privileged as you. We don't get to just jet across the entire world and go to every European country each time we summer with the
I don't
family.
even have a passport.
Yeah, I know you don't because you don't need one with the private jet that your family has.
I think we're honing into something with Liam, Adam.
What's that?
I think he just has a disdain for Europe.
That's not true. I like plenty of European countries.
Okay.
One of the first things you said.
Fun path for you to go down, but I don't like the British. But I'm just stating truth about the French. I'm not saying that I.
You called
know,
the people from Turkey assholes.
when did
The
I call
first
the people
episode we
Turkey
ever
assholes?
recorded.
I don't remember that. I don't think you have the receipts for that, so I don't believe you. And you're certainly not going to edit this episode, so you certainly can't edit that in right here, right after I say that I didn't say it,
Okay.
because I didn't. But anyway, yeah, it's Christmas time, like I've tried to say 3 times now. And we are going to be celebrating Christmas very, very soon. So what did you guys get me for Christmas?
I got you another year of friendship.
I was going to say unconditional love and friendship.
Well, first of all, I thought I already had that from both of you. Second of all, Kody, you're kind of implying that you have some kind of tiered subscription service for being friends with you.
You don't have that with your friends?
Do you charge all your friends money to
I
be
don't
friends with you?
Charge them anything.
So you just renew the contract every Christmas?
Yeah.
You review, make sure the terms are acceptable on your end, and then you renew it?
Yeah, check their naughty and nice list. And I figure out if, not there, but like, you know,
The
naughty and nice list, and I decide if they're viable for a re-uppance.
Cody, are you Santa Claus?
Am I Santa Claus?
It was
No.
my understanding that there was only one man with access to the definitive naughty and nice list,
Yeah.
and that's you. You're telling me?
No. I just know a guy that helps me find the list. His name is redacted, and he sneaks me in, and we drink some eggnog, and I read the list.
Was that a Freudian slip? He sleeps you in?
He sleeps me in.
Well, I know only one guy who sleeps you, and that will be Austin, our missing co-host. So is Austin the guy that sneaks you into the North Pole to read the naughty list?
Redacted.
Redacted.
Could you see? Why didn't you say the name and you can just bleep it out? For anyone listening, Kody just made a weird noise with his mouth. He didn't actually say a name, so I'm starting to think that Kody doesn't actually have access to a naughty or nice.
No, I have my ways. I have a list.
It almost seems like you're operating within a system of capital where you're just deciding on a whim whether it benefits you or not to be friends with people every Christmas, which is fine.
I mean,
no, I choose every day to be friends with my friends.
Yeah, but what if you decide you don't want to be friends with them anymore?
Well, then I don't. It's very simple, very easy, very quick.
There it is.
But I don't do it as a ritual on Christmas. And I also don't bear to say that my gift to you is friendship. Because by the very fact that I could possibly be giving you a gift, friendship is a precedent that has to be set.
Adam, what are you getting him?
Well, hold on. So what is the precedent that's been set thus far?
Well, I would call you guys my friends.
Yeah, you're still my friend.
At the very least, acquaintances and coworkers.
All right, I can live with that.
Yeah.
Well, if Christmas is still a week out, why am I telling you what I got you?
That's true. That's true. I guess you shouldn't tell me. Did you get me something, though?
What? Did I get you something?
Yeah.
I get all my close friends things.
That sounds like a no to me, and that's okay. I'll move on so it's not awkward for you.
It wasn't a no.
I got something for everybody, except I returned my gift for Austin because, as our astute listeners who were here for last week's episode know, Austin has failed to deliver on a cute mascot for our show. Unfortunately, we have no mascot, and therefore we have no hope for success in this world. We will all die miserable failures in a puddle of our own urine, our own shared urine. All because Austin didn't make a cute mascot for us.
Our collective piss pool.
Definitely are not recording 2 episodes back to back, and he definitely missed yet another week with this.
Nope, we are not recording 2 episodes back to back, and even if we were, I would feel confident saying that he still has not turned in the drawing of the cute mascot character, and so help me God, strike me down, smite me if I am incorrect. If there is a cute mascot character on the art of this episode, I am dead, and this show now has 3 hosts.
Wow, strong words.
Well, he's still here, so we don't have to worry about finding
That's
his
true.
fourth host.
And like I said, that was an if, which we are not recording 2 episodes back to back. Christmas is in 1 week, and that is the real date of today, December 19th, 2024. That is the day that it is.
Yes, it is.
It is 3 a.m., December 19th, 2024.
Unequivocally, irrefutably.
Absolutely.
What did you get me for Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't tell you, Adam, but I did get you something. I did get you something, and I got Kody something, too.
Yeah, I think I know what it is.
I got Kody something, I got you something, I got Austin something, I got the studio manager something, just because of all of the wonderful service that she has given to the show.
Does this have anything to do with the contracts needing to be renewed? Is there some ulterior motive here?
Absolutely not. I think when we do our contract renewal, there will probably be some changes to the format of the show.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But
we shouldn't have to pay as much rent. We've been not recording at the studio.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one paying rent. And you're also the only one that makes money off of this, so I don't feel so bad about it.
Guys.
Okay, sorry, IRS. Kody makes no money off this show.
Fuck the IRS.
You know what is taking advantage of our rent, though? A snazzy new vending machine purchased by Mr. Kody.
Oh, yes, that's true. Christmas gifts, Christmas miracles come in all shapes and sizes, and this one just happens to be vending machine shaped.
Yeah, I did.
What is on the front of your vending machine, Kody? Would you like to tell our audience?
The young and supple Sebulba from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And then Luke Skywalker as a child. Anakin Skywalker as a child. Whoa! Whoa! Me? What the fuck?
Wake up, buddy.
I know. Sleepy Kody over here. Jesus.
Give yourself a good, good
slap.
slap on the face. Let's hear it in the microphone.
Ready?
Didn't pick it up.
We didn't
I'll
hear
just
anything.
It picked up on my mic.
Okay, good. If it's not loud enough, just insert some kind of sound effect.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so I picked that up a couple weeks ago at this point. Actually, like a month ago at this point. And yeah, no, it's beautiful. It's heavy.
And
you guys don't know how
Austin,
fucking heavy they are?
I hear Austin let out a girlish scream when he saw it.
He
it was a giddy yelp.
It was.
And
It It was on Facebook Marketplace for too long, and I couldn't let the opportunity
What
pass.
did you snag it for, if you don't mind me asking?
It was listed for $500.
$1,000 is what Kody snagged it for.
No, it was listed for 500 buckaroos, and I got it for a sweet deal of $350.
That's $350,000.
No, I don't have Adam's
Kody
family's
said, "Good
money.
sir, I cannot in good conscience take this off your hands without paying the proper value."
I can't take credit for Adam's family's money. I had
Yeah.
to work hard for this podcast. I had to take all the money that I could to afford that. But yeah, no,
This is a blue collar podcast.
it is a
Real grassroots.
colored podcast. Yeah. What do you guys? I have 10 slots for the vending machine.
How much does each slot hold?
Kody neither knows the capacity nor the mechanisms within the machine that he has bought.
This
So
is true.
those are all to be determined. However, there are 10 different sodas or drinks that could be put in there. I think one has to be chocolate milk. I think you got a vending machine, you got to have a chocolate milk option.
But do you get
I'm sorry.
do you
It could
get
be non-dairy chocolate milk if that's your preference.
Do you get like the like canned Yoo-hoo so it doesn't expire?
No.
It can't expire.
No. Get
Is that
chocolate
true?
milk with an expiration date. Chocolate milk with an expiration date or just loose chocolate milk. Just fill that one with just loose chocolate milk.
It won't hold. It's not like...
I think you got ripped off on the vending machine then.
No, it's not like a sealed thing. It's like they have compartments for it.
Okay, so chocolate milk bottles with expiration dates.
Sure.
That's what's got to go in one.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I think would be a really...
That's Liam's... That's all he gets.
Well, hold up. No, there's 10 slots.
No,
all right?
you
And
get
I thought
one.
you asked for our
you
opinion.
Get one. You get one.
Okay, but you can't change out the chocolate milk after it expires. If that's my one, you have to leave the chocolate milk in there after it's expired.
I'll vend it. And then throw it.
What do you mean you'll vend it?
I'll vend it and throw it at the church across the street. Adam, what do you
I think there should be a roulette slot where...
See, the studio manager also said that.
I
disagree.
think it would be really fun if you had like different beers or something or different alcoholic beverages in there.
Yes. Yes. See, Liam, you got to think outside of the box.
I don't think that's fun. I don't think roulette is fun.
I think roulette's a great idea. It's like reject
I think
beers.
it's fun. I think it's fun if you do roulette with everything, but it's all consistent. So you have 10 options that are all the same, except for every drink in there, every like third or fourth drink, depending, is shaken up really hard so that when you open it, it explodes on you.
That's not how that...
I think that's the type of
That's
roulette
not
you need.
how a vending machine works.
No, you'd have to put in the work of shaking the drinks up before you put them in there.
It's being stored in there, Liam.
Yeah.
Do you not know, like, much like the moon with me, do you not know how a vending machine works?
I actually don't, but I'm assuming that you could always open up the vending machine and reshake them if there's some issue with them.
But then you know which one you're getting.
Well, you would as the owner of the vending machine, but I think that's also true if you were to load up
Then
the,
I could
the
just go
random roulette wheel.
I could just go into the fridge, shake a beer, and give it to you.
You could do that with any drink that you would put in the vending machine as well.
Yeah, but then I don't have to open the vending
Owning the
machine.
vending machine is arbitrary to begin with, Kody. You can't be like, you're adding extra steps.
You're making it way more difficult than it needs to be.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying shake them before you put them in there. Then every third or whatever, however many, every random one will explode.
Well, hold on,
you.
Cody.
That's the roulette. That would
Cody,
be
you
fun.
need to do repairs on this machine to get it functional anyway, right?
I do.
That's true. It's not even
So-
functional at the moment. It doesn't even have a
It
coin.
Now,
cools.
what if
It
you
cools.
what if you jerry rig a shaking mechanism into the machine?
Oh God! Get like a fucking shake weight, like actuator,
Some kind of like spring or
in
something.
there or something. Yeah. Speaking of vending machines and sodas, Liam, is it time for another soda report?
Is it time for another edition of the Soda Report?
Yes.
I do think so.
You do think so?
This could inform what goes into the machine, so welcome once again, listener, to the Soda Report. Thank you, Adam. That's
Thanks,
beautiful. If you could make that real, that'd be wonderful. The Soda Report is the decisive and definitive final verdict on all the pertinent pops of today. After one sip, I will render my rating within a complex 3-point scale. This week, we have an exciting new drink that some of our listeners are most likely familiar with, and that is regular-ass Mountain Dew. I will now take my sip and do my contractually obligated gargle for Adam.
Liam, wait.
What, Cody?
Your balls are going to shrink.
That's another 5 seconds off of your rant
No,
time, Cody.
no, what?
You are disrupting the Soda Report. This is tantamount to treason.
I'm worried about your health.
Cody, my balls are massive. And we'll talk about that once I'm done here, but I am now going to crack the soda and take a sip.
That one was way more frothy than last time.
It was frothy.
Distinct taste of chemicals. Certainly. I can taste the dye. I'm going to have to go ahead and give that a solid 2 out of 3. That is quite all right. Mountain Dew, quite all right. That was the Soda Report. Thank you. So, Cody, I'm sure it will be edited out by the polite young man who is going to edit this. But you did interrupt the Soda Report to comment on how Mountain Dew can chemically alter your testicles. I did just measure there has been a 2 millimeter reduction, but that is okay because my testicles are the size of grapefruits. That being said, I did recently watch a movie where there was representation for people like me.
With elephantitis?
Perhaps. I've never talked to a doctor about it. I'm too bashful and embarrassed. But
Well, wouldn't they know when they make you turn and cough?
No. Every time that happens, I turn, and then the guy gets knocked out.
Oh, okay.
But what I was going to say is that I watched a movie recently where the main character had massive nuts. Just massive. Just huge nuts. Just like humongous, ginormous gonzo nuts. You ever seen any of the movies by Ari Aster?
Who?
Ari Aster. He directed Hereditary and Midsommar.
Nope.
And or Midsummer, however you pronounce it. And then he also directed a movie called Beau is Afraid, which is 3 hours long, and I had to watch it in pieces because it's long.
I have not.
It's a great comedy about a guy who loses his keys, but he's got really, really big testicles in the movie. So big, like crazy.
Is
big.
there a plot reason for that?
Yes. Maybe. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I lost track. But probably. He's got massive nuts.
Those movies have been on my radar for a minute. I've been meaning to get to those. Where it's...
Yeah.
They have not.
I mean, he's probably got massive nuts because his father is a giant penis. But...
That translates.
Yeah, it does. But
it's hereditary.
It is. There you go. Well, ooh, connections. Wow. Can you believe it? Freaking
From the
Ari Aster expanded universe.
From the top
Hell
rope.
yeah. That's really good.
I kind of feel like when I'm drinking Mountain Dew, I can taste that it's like the most bad for me soda.
Really? What makes you
like,
say that?
I don't know what it is in particular. Like, I don't know. I feel like Mountain Dew has like a syrupiness to it that is more noticeable than other sodas.
I disagree.
Really?
I disagree hard.
Like, I don't know why. Like, I can drink a Coke or a Pepsi or Dr. Pepper or Sprite.
I think Dr. Pepper is the one for me.
But like, when I just...
I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna have to cut this entire bit. We can't talk about this stuff.
Why?
The verdict has been given for both of these drinks in the Soda Report.
That's fine. We're not
sorry.
asking to change the verdict,
Yeah.
Liam.
You're
We're
both
just,
nope. I'm
no,
sorry.
You're being...
I'm sorry. You need to respect the sanctity of the soda report.
All right, I think it's time for my segment.
And you're down to 20 seconds now.
Yep. And what is your segment called, Kody?
Fuck, what was it called again? You're the one that says it.
You don't even remember? All right, everyone. It's time for Kody's segment, the split-second sound off. Kody has exactly 30 minus 10 seconds to express what is bothering him. Once the timer is up, Kody is done. Now, Kody, take care. Just know, and I know because you just said this after we talked about this, if you complain about the soda report, there's going to be a further reduction. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I'm setting the timer now, Kody. Time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Liam's being a right fucking cunt in the last 2 episodes, especially when he was talking about the soda report. And I don't think it's quite fair that he has the final say in everything that he has to say. Also, the quesadilla from Taco Bell is still not the right fucking shape or size. It's really pissing me off. Liam's a bitch, and it ends right about
Okay,
now.
time's up, Kody. Yep, that's right. All right, so Kody,
Oh, I got an extra second. Did you hear the alarm go off? That's bullshit.
Kody, the alarm sounds once the 20 seconds has already ended.
That was solid 2 seconds. Anyway.
Okay. I just want you to know that the next sound off you get is going to be 15 seconds now because you did continue to rant after the alarm went off about the alarm going off. So, all right, that's all right, Kody.
I timed myself.
It's okay. It's okay. If you just are on good behavior, throughout the next episode, then you can.
I don't know.
interject.
I think it's a
That's
funny
all.
idea for him to like whittle his bit out of existence by just.
I mean, it's not an idea. It's what's actively happening, and it's his own doing. The whole point of that segment, Kody, is to contain it all within one section.
I stand by
You just have
everything I
this-
said.
Okay, all right, that's fine. You stand by what you say, Kody. You stand on your laurels. But I think we need to turn to a different subject now and talk about something more relevant, which is Sandy Claus. You guys know Sandy Claus?
Yeah, he's Jack Skellington.
Chris
isn't he?
Kringle.
Jack Skellington is not Sandy Claus. Jack Skellington kidnapped Sandy Claus.
Yeah.
Had him kidnapped.
Sorry. My
Pretty
bad.
pretty rude to conflate the two. That'd be like freaking comparing John Lennon and Mark David Chapman, saying they're the same guy. I didn't hear you, Kody. You're saying stuff and I can't hear you.
Couldn't tell you who Mark.
You know who John Lennon is?
I know who John Lennon is. I don't know who the other guy is.
Well, you know how John Lennon died? His last words were...
I know how he died. Austin doesn't know how he died because he always gets it fucked up. He goes,
Really?
the one
What
guy
does
that got
Austin say?
assassinated from the Beatles. What's his name? Because they
Yeah.
love me so much.
Well, John Lennon's favorite... His last words were famously, "Oh my God, what are you doing? Don't shoot me." And then he got shot
That checks out.
by Mark David Chapman, the man who shot him.
That's the comparison being made here.
But Santa Claus, on the other hand, is a Coca-Cola icon. He's a very tubby man with a red button nose who brings presents to all the children and is omniscient of all of your good and bad actions.
Coca-Cola?
It's the polar bears for Coca-Cola.
The polar bears.
Santa Claus.
What?
Polar bears.
Santa Claus Coca-Cola.
Since I was a wee
Polar
lad,
bears.
these polar bear commercials and adverts have been Coca-Cola's thing.
Really?
I've seen more M&M's commercials with Santa Claus in it than I have Coca-Cola.
They're still running the same M&M commercial from like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke.
Don't fix it.
So you don't think that Santa Claus is in any way, shape, or form connected to Coca-Cola?
Are you...
Aside from him being surrounded by seas of white powder.
Our modern day imagery of Santa Claus is derived very much from Coca-Cola advertising in the early 20th century.
I don't know about you, Liam, but Adam and I were born in the 90s.
Yeah, you were born in the 20th century. You were born in the late 20th century.
Yeah, we weren't alive for the advertisement of 1920s Coca-Cola Santa.
I didn't say 1920s. Did you Google it?
No.
Because that's actually probably not too far off. I imagine it was the 30s. But no, you don't have to be alive to know your history, Kody. Especially you're the history guy telling us about interesting things in history that happen, competitions and events and such. Remember, there was once a format to this show
I couldn't tell you what that was.
before you nuked it.
I didn't do anything.
Format schmormat.
Yeah. And next week's episode, Adam is going to be talking about Christmas video games.
He's
going to be talking about some kind of video game.
Yeah, some kind of video game.
Okay. Well, anyway, Santa Claus is his current image is heavily linked with Coca-Cola, but Santa Claus obviously is a figure that existed before Coca-Cola co-opted the imagery and developed it into what we now know. So I want to ask you guys, are you familiar with any other versions of Santa Claus throughout the world?
Svart Pete.
Fart Pete?
You say Fart Pete?
Svart Pete.
Svart Pete. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Svart Pete, Kody?
He would kidnap children who were naughty and make them his slaves or something like that. Right?
Anything more?
I feel like there was a racial tone to it at some point. Or am I getting that fucked up?
I don't know. You'd have to tell me.
You know, Liam.
I don't know. I certainly don't know if Svart Pete is traditionally portrayed by people wearing blackface.
The next one that comes to my mind is just, classic St. Nicholas.
Well, I would like to say that Svart Pete is not actually a version of Santa Claus. He's typically depicted as St. Nicholas's assistant, who does kidnap children and is
wearing
portrayed by
blackface.
people wearing blackface. Yes, but it's supposed to be. There's no excusing it.
It's bad.
But yes, Saint Nicholas is obviously the genesis of the Santa Claus figure, right? I mean, we call him Saint Nick. It's he's often conflated. There's different versions in tons of different places, though. You know what I mean? I believe we talked about the French earlier. I believe the French call him Père Noël. He's largely the same in France, but I think he's got like a some kind of reindeer or something with a funny name. What's the name? He's a reindeer named like Guy or something. Some dumb French shit. I don't know. Ask a French person. Tell me about the Père Noël.
Père Noël.
If you guys could make one upgrade to Santa Claus, what would it be?
I think it's time for new colors.
What color? Black?
Yellow.
Yes, the classic Christmas color.
Would it still be a yellow and white suit, or would it be red and yellow? Ketchup, mustard.
I was going to say red and yellow for actually that reason, ketchup, mustard.
Gross.
Would you flip? Would you invert the colors though? Would the main suit be yellow with a red accent, or the other way around?
No, yeah, it would be a red accent because mustard is the superior condiment.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Kody? What would you do?
Make Santa jacked. You see all these younger millennials and older Gen Zers getting fucking swole as fuck at the gym, and you just, I think they'd appreciate Santa a little more nowadays if Santa had a 12-pack and he could fucking deadlift 1,000 pounds.
I think they already did that in the movie that's coming out soon or is already in theaters, starring your boy Chris Evans and Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Red one. Yeah.
Yes, the horrible looking movie.
Yeah, that movie. That movie made no fucking money. By the way,
did you watch it?
No, but I read an article about how that movie it would cost like $250 million. $50 million was The Rock's salary for that movie. $100 million was for advertising the movie for like press and everything. So that means a third of the movie's actual budget was The Rock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're saying a 50 of the 150 million that were left. Well, that makes sense. He is an incredibly highly paid actor, and he values himself very highly, even though he seems to be franchise kryptonite.
Yeah, he seems to be that way.
Do you guys remember when he was saying that he was gonna? Well, I forget what the fuck was.
He was gonna save the DCU.
No, he said he was gonna upend the dynamic or something like that.
Yeah, and then he doesn't show up to set, or he's late to everything that he's in, and he's a bad actor that has one gimmick. That he can't fucking lose a fight because
he's
it's
a
always
brand
in his contract. It's stupid.
Sorry, he said the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
Yeah, and then his movie was the lowest grossing DC movie to exist.
I don't know is that true? Did it do that badly? I know it ain't shit. I don't know.
I think
I don't know.
Blue Beetle might be pretty low, but yeah, it did terribly.
Damn.
Anyway,
yeah.
Yes, I want ripped J.K. Simmons as Santa Claus, and instead of the reindeer pulling the sleigh, like let's say a bunch of the reindeer broke their magic legs, and he has to carry the sleigh across the earth.
So you're saying he's doing like a Fred Flintstone thing with his legs?
Yeah.
Interesting. That is definitely an idea. I have to say, neither of these ideas you guys have put forth are really actual upgrades to Santa.
I think mine is.
I mean, Adam, you literally just decided to change his outfit, and Kody, all you want to do is make it so that he speaks to the body image issues of the younger generation.
There's no body image issues.
Yeah, definitely not.
No, why would there?
Certainly not.
What do you mean?
We're not quickly hurtling into a societal reality where everyone has this concept that their body should be something that is quite literally unattainable and non-human. No, that's not a thing. You're right. Children aren't being disproportionately affected by that.
No.
And certainly we should make Santa ripped and jacked and sexy. What's wrong with that?
A hot Santa.
Yeah, Santa who's fuckable.
You don't want to fuck Santa?
No, not particularly. I know lots of people would, though.
Yeah. Do you think Santa mukbangs?
No, because he's too busy. Now, Rudolph, on the other hand, I could see mukbang. Frosty, I could see him mukbanging, but all the food would just get stuck in his snowballs.
What about Cornelius, Yukon Cornelius from the Island of Misfit Toys?
Yukon Cornelius he's the prospector, right?
Yeah, I was right. Yeah. What about him? Do you think he mukbangs?
I don't think he mukbangs, but he probably has a lot of gay sex with that little elf who's just gay. He's like, I don't want to make toys. I want to be a dentist.
Yeah, that's exactly.
You think I'm doing something offensive here?
No.
Go back and rewatch the movie. That's what he sounds like.
I'm agreeing with you, Liam.
And all of his dialogue is very not thinly veiled about how he doesn't fit in because he's different. It's like, guys, come on, just let him love other elves. It's fine.
Ooh.
It's fine.
Who in 1930s?
Yeah, I think they're probably a little couple. And who's the top? It's not who you think it is.
It's Rudolph. It's that Jack in the Box.
You think that they're having sex with a reindeer?
No, that's why I said the Jack in the Box.
I was talking about a relationship between two consenting human-like adults. You're adding bestiality into the mix. I just don't like it. I'm sorry.
That's fine. You can cut that.
I won't.
All right. That's on you.
I won't. That's on you.
That's on you, Liam.
Hey, but how about that abominable snowman with no teeth, huh? What'd that mouth do?
Probably make you pretty cold.
How did we get here? How did we get here?
You got us here. What would you change about?
I am the wind that steers the ship, Kody. I am not the ship itself. You are at the wheel.
What would
take
you
us
change
wherever
about
you need
Santa?
to go.
What would you change
Why
about
are you
Santa?
asking us if we would upgrade Santa?
Well, first of all, I'm curious because there's all these different depictions of Santa, and they're all like the same but a little different. Sometimes he wants carrots for his little magic donkey or whatever. Sometimes he has an assistant who kidnaps children and is in blackface. Which is that's cool, Netherlands. You do you. Don't want to hear about it. But I just think Santa has largely remained the same in our culture and conception for the past however long. And I think he could use a refreshment, not like a total overhaul, but, first of all, we talked about, big balls. So I think to go along with what Kody was saying about modifying Santa's body, maybe just as like a superficial thing that doesn't count as my thing, we should have him have massive testicles. Just so that the people...
That's what his sack's for.
People can identify with Santa, Like regular people with overly large balls can identify with Santa. I mean, I don't know anybody like that, but like I could imagine growing up as a kid with really big balls be pretty hard to see all the depictions of Santa and not see any moose knuckle. But I think maybe
it's reindeer
if I were to
knuckle in this
upgrade
context.
Santa... Thank you, Adam. Thank you. If I were to upgrade Santa, I would probably have him have like laser vision, like Cyclops from X-Men.
Why?
But he wouldn't have the technology to develop the glasses to prevent it from blasting off at people. So he'd just be constantly mowing apart houses and mountaintops and stuff. Why? Because I think Santa needs a little danger added. He needs a little unpredictability, you know? Like right now, when you think of Santa, he's too predictable. No, you can't catch him putting the presents under your tree, but you know he's going to come every year like clockwork on Christmas. He's going to eat your fucking cookies.
That's not
He's
true.
going to be diabetic. What do you mean it's not true?
What if you're Jewish?
He'll still eat your cookies if you put them out for you.
What?
Yes, he will.
Do you have evidence of this happening?
Ask any Jewish person.
Unfortunately, I don't.
You haven't.
No,
Yeah.
I
Oh, you
off
don't
the top
know.
of my head.
Oh, you don't have any Jewish friends, Kody? That's so strange. I can't imagine why that is.
Why?
But I
What is that
just,
supposed to mean?
if you
Are you
ask
making
anybody,
assumptions about me?
they know. I'm not making any assumptions about you, Kody.
It sounded like you're making assumptions about me, Liam.
I would
think
never
That's
do
I think
such
that's
a
pretty
thing.
fucked up.
I would never do such a thing. I let your actions and your words speak for themselves. Are we going to have a conversation about Santa?
You're ruining Santa for him.
Do you want to have a conversation about Santa, or do
being-
you want to
you're
talk
being-
about something else?
You're just being a little rude. You're just being a little. I think someone's getting on the naughty list this year. He's been.
I was
so...
already on the naughty list. You confirmed that for me.
No, that's not true. I didn't say that. I said that you get another year of friendship this year. Therefore, you would be on the nice list.
Interesting. So you're saying that all your friends are on the nice list, bar none, every single one.
So far, yeah.
I find that hard to believe. I know some of your friends.
Yeah.
Some of them are nice. Some of them are good.
Who's
Yeah.
mean?
Oh, I'd rather not say.
Are you implying that I might be mean?
No, Adam. I told you you're my friend. I care about you. I bought you a Christmas present for God's sakes. I don't make big declarations like Kody where I say all my friends are great people, but you're at least good company.
At least. With all this Christmas talk, I have a question I'd like to throw back to you guys. And this kind of...
I would love a question.
This sort of ties back to our previous episode where we were talking about mascots. So, if you had to remove Santa from the equation and have a new mascot for Christmas, and, just don't even think about Jesus either, who would you maybe nominate for that position?
Mrs. Claus.
Wait, so Santa's gone, but Mrs. Claus still exists?
Yeah. Strong, independent woman. Don't need no man.
So, actually, can we take a quick diversion? I do want to keep on this question, but I do just want to bring up the Disney film, The Santa Claus.
Ooh, yes.
He kills Santa in the beginning,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
And then in the next, is it in the first one or the second one where he has to get a wife
Second
to
one.
stay Santa?
Second one.
So in the second one, it's established that you need a wife to be Santa Claus and remain Santa Claus, but
Yeah.
he kills Santa in the first one. So does
Yeah.
that not imply that the Santa in the first one should have had a Mrs. Claus?
Yeah.
And therefore there should have been a Mrs. Claus in the North Pole when that Santa died?
and then she
so
just
what happened
also
to her?
dropped dead.
Did she drop dead? Did she disappear? Did all the elves say, hey, there's a new Santa, you need to get the fuck out of here? Go.
You're being
Hit the
evicted.
pavement,
Hey,
broad.
Tim Allen did partake in a lot of white powder himself, so...
Yeah, the white powder of selling all your friends out to reduce your prison time.
Yep, that tracks. I think she dropped dead.
So are you implying that? I feel like that implies that all of the elves then had to carry her body off and quietly bury it somewhere before Tim Allen arrived there.
Because Santa, the OG Santa in that kind of just dusts. Remember?
Yeah, he does just dust. Doesn't
So except for the clothes, so that means that the elves were like, oh, well, I guess it's just Mrs. Claus's clothes, and they just take her clothes and then maybe wash it and then give it to Tim Allen's.
maybe wash it.
Maybe wash it and give it to Tim Allen's new.
I think when they gave it
Mrs.
to his
Claus?
wife, they were like, a woman died in
A
these.
woman died here.
Well, actually, presumably dozens of women have died
Yeah.
in these.
Yeah.
And now it's your turn to wear
Okay,
the...
anyway, back to Adam's question. I just wanted to bring that up and say whoever designed the farting reindeer in those films deserves an Oscar for their special effects. But anyway, Adam, your question of this question of new mascot for Christmas. Are we talking existing mascots brought in for Christmas, or we make up our own new mascot for Christmas?
Whatever avenue you feel, I'll leave that open. I feel like not establishing that as a boundary opens this up for further possibility.
Okay. I got several ideas. I think you could slot Ronald McDonald in there as a mascot because just like Santa being associated with Coca-Cola, Ronald McDonald would be a perfect mascot associated with the American identity. If we're talking American Santa here, we're replacing Saint Nicholas or Sinterklaas or any of them or Père Noel. You know, they can have their own shit. We get Ronald McSanta. I think he'd fit well. If not Ronald McSanta or Grimace as Santa, I'll raise you one Grimace. If not that, then I would say it should be a pig, a Christmas pig.
Now, with that, Liam, would the sleigh now be the big red shoe?
Absolutely. Whole 9 yards. The reindeer can be a bunch of Grimaces who are enslaved to him, whatever you want to make it.
Especially after you said all that stuff about the last episode. That might track.
Okay, then the reindeer can be... Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up, Liam.
What was Grimace's brother's name again? King Bongo or something like
Did you
that?
say
Something really bad.
Gronbo or something like that? Grundo?
King Grundo. I don't think it was Grundo, but let's go with that. So King Grundo's at the helm of the big red shoe. You also have Mayor McCheese in bondage gear at the front of the line, I would assume.
Mayor McGimp.
Yeah. Mayor McPlease.
Oh my god. That's the best thing I've heard in a minute.
So, Kody, what do you think? What would your pick be? If you had to pick a different mascot, and then what would you have the mascot be if it was a whole new one?
I think Captain Crunch.
Interesting.
Captain Crunch.
Can you explain your reasoning?
He already has a flying vessel that can hold more storage for Christmas
The
presents.
ship?
The ship.
Does his ship fly?
The ship flies. Canonically, the ship flies at light speed already.
Okay. You know,
Wait. Where are you getting the cannon? Where are you getting the Captain Crunch cannon?
Have you never watched the commercials? There are
No.
calculations for how fast that ship flies, Liam.
Who's done the calculations? Internet sleuths?
Yes.
Interesting. So you think that he'd be incredibly effective at
I
delivering
think he'd be
presents?
incredibly effective. And honestly, I want me a mascot that destroys the roof of my mouth with their
Presents. Present delivery.
yeah.
So does that imply that he's going to be shooting every present into your mouth regardless of size?
Yeah, that's what he has the
So you're bound to have,
broadside cannons for. It shoots it straight into your fucking teeth.
So you're bound to have like a multitude of new Christmas morning jaw and nose injuries, like severe breakages. If you're getting, like, imagine you're getting a brand new bicycle, right, for Christmas from
Yeah.
Santa Claus, and he's so Captain Claus is jettisoning that bicycle out at you at light speed, right into your mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, you're either getting a wheel face first or a spoke or a handle, like, directly into your nose.
Merry Christmas, bitch.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Santa shouldn't be giving big presents out.
Why not?
Well, the big presents should be coming from the parents.
I didn't realize that there was any kind of limitation put on the type or size of present that Santa
because
could give
then
out.
Santa would hate poor kids, and you don't
What do
want
you mean?
that.
Santa doesn't hate poor kids.
You sure about that? Santa gets people Xboxes, and all I got from Santa was socks.
I think that might be less of a your income thing and more of a your demeanor.
Then that means no.
Do you have access to the archives for the naughty list, Kody? Because I have a feeling your name's on there.
I was
at least
a great,
once or twice.
I was a great kid until Adam ruined me.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Can you corroborate that, Adam? Did you ruin Kody?
You know, I didn't think I would be given so much credit, but I'm honored.
See, he admitted to it.
Wow.
He admitted.
But you
to
have
the
known
crap.
him for a very long time, so even if it's his fault, you were on the list, I presume. So, Kody, if you had to make a new mascot, what would you choose?
A new mascot.
So me, I said a pig, a Christmas pig, and that pig would have like a little newsboy cap probably, and a nice Christmas scarf, and maybe also like a fancy watch. I don't know why. I just think that, you know, if you're delivering all these presents on time all around the world, you're going to need to be able to tell what time it
It's
is.
gonna be like is it gonna be the fucking stopwatch that the conductor has from the Polar Express? That never
No,
changes?
but sure, you could be. It could be if you want to rope in other stuff, but I don't think that film has a very good legacy.
Why doesn't it?
It's pretty uncanny valley. I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
when
pretty
the
bad.
last time you
pretty bad.
watched it was.
I would say a Christmas penguin
Christmas penguin. Okay, all right. That's pretty in line with
Wintry.
with Christmas already. Winter.
yeah, with Christmas already. Wintry, yeah.
Him waddling back and forth brings a good march to what he needs.
Yeah, it gives it some
know,
rhythm.
Yeah, it gives
So
some
we talking
rhythm
like-
to the elves that are working in the factory, and he's on time, he's on pace. It's definitely not Feathers McGraw.
We talking like Colin Farrell penguin?
No.
That
Like-
type of guy?
No. Like
Cunning, like a up and coming mobster.
still haven't seen
Santa
it.
Claus?
Still haven't seen it. Don't say it anymore. No, like the animal, a penguin. Bog standard 6 foot tall penguin.
I don't know how bog standard that is.
Yeah, that has a cowboy hat, and he walks around with a flannel tied around his waist and a cowboy hat.
Okay.
I like that.
Keeping it American.
No. Penguins, they can't be American.
Why not? That seems like a very prejudiced comment.
Well, what you said was a prejudiced comment by saying that he was American.
Why is that? He had a cowboy hat and a flannel.
So cowboys can exist anywhere else. Flannels exist in other countries too, Liam.
And penguins exist in aquariums, Kody.
But Kody, the context of the prompt was we were replacing the iconography with the American Santa. With
Oh,
the
okay.
mascot.
Then yeah, sure. Yeah, keep them American.
Look at these photos and just try to see what I'm seeing here.
Adam has just sent a picture of a seal and a walrus.
So we got a seal and a walrus. Those are two animals that I think could be Christmas mascots.
Now, Adam, I don't think you've taken into account that both of those creatures will try to kill my penguin. That's fucked up.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. Or okay, how about
That's pretty
I have
fucked
one
up.
more for you. How about this? How about a fucking narwhal? They are the unicorns of the sea. So
They are.
inherently they've
They
already
are the
got some
unicorns of the
magic
sea.
to them. And Christmas is a magical
Uh-huh.
Hey,
time.
what do narwhals eat? What do narwhals eat?
Not penguins, definitely.
Oh man, why are you trying to kill my fucking
I think
thing,
these
dude?
are three magical Arctic associated entities that
You know what? I take it back.
okay.
I take mine back. I don't want it to be a penguin.
Why not?
We haven't talked about this country enough in the last 2 weeks. I want a fucking kangaroo to head the sleigh. They have the pouch. That's where the sack goes.
They have a built-in
the sack full of gifts. They have a built-in sack to hold all the gifts. They hop around country to country, state to state, city to city, neighborhood to neighborhood, to suburb.
Okay, you know what?
to-
I like this. I could see kangaroos being a Christmas thing.
And this kind of fits in
Streets.
with your jacked Santa idea too,
Yeah.
because the
Oh, he gets
kangaroos
the
are
best of
incredibly
both worlds.
muscular and scary. I don't know if you've seen videos of them, but
Yeah.
they're frightening.
I have. Yeah. I think a kangaroo must lead the charge in becoming the new mascot, the new figurehead of Christmas.
Who do we have to contact to make this happen?
The Coca-Cola Corporation.
I will contact the Prime Minister.
Why don't
Of
you
Australia.
contact the President of the United States of America?
I've heard that he's been pardoning people.
What do you mean?
Maybe he could pardon all the kangaroos that have committed war crimes,
Can he do that if the crimes happened in another country?
but they're seeking asylum here.
I didn't know we had kangaroo asylum seekers. This is not an issue that was brought up on the
Yeah.
debate stage. That's for sure.
No. Yeah, it's a topic that I'm very passionate about.
That's funny. I've
honestly.
never heard you mention it before, but I'm glad that your heart is finding some passion in this political sphere.
Did kangaroos have anything to do with the Great Emu War?
Yeah, they were on each other's sides.
Brothers,
It's
in
all right. I'll be
arms.
contacting Anthony Albanese to help head the kangaroos coming to the United States and becoming the new figurehead of Santa.
You know, there is. I have to imagine that there's genocide that happens at least once a year in Australia already with the annual red crab migration.
What is that? I don't know about this. Tell me.
So every year there's this. I think it's a particular area of Australia is just overrun with like billions or just like an insane amount of red crabs that they like just create a red sea across the ground. Like you can't not step on them. And And it's really freaky. Like, if you look at pictures and videos of this, it is just like quite literally a sea of crabs moving along the ground.
Yeah, but they're so small.
There's a lot of them are really small, and then other ones are a bit bigger. Some of them are like you can hold like hundreds in the palm of your hand, but then there's like larger ones.
Yeah, they're like 5 inches max. They're not that big.
But still, I'm just saying, I have to imagine with this going on every year, that's at least one form of genocide already happening within the animal kingdom in Australia.
I didn't know about the crabs. I knew about another incursion into the Australian ecosystem, cane toads. I know that's a big thing there. I know that they introduced cane toads to try to get rid of some other pests. Like they introduced them to Australia, and then basically there was no sufficient predator for the cane toads, so they were just like overrun with cane toads everywhere to the point where people would like try to run them over on the road because they were harming the ecosystem so much there. I don't know if that's still as big of a problem as it was, but I remember watching like a documentary on that like a decade ago.
I saw something a couple months ago talking about how like dingoes are an invasive species to Australia, but there's speculation that they weren't actually from Australia to begin with. Researchers just found out that they have been a natural entity in Australia for thousands and thousands of years. So they are now a protected species in Australia.
Really?
And they can't do anything about it. Yeah. So there might be like an overrunning of dingoes, and they can't do anything about it.
What about when a dingo ate my baby, which did actually happen?
Yeah, that was
And people made a big joke about that, but it did happen.
It did happen. Poor baby. Only if Kangaroo Santa was there to save you.
Don't, I'm not trying to be snarky. This is just genuine interest. Don't kangaroos kind of go out of their way, like looking for fights with people?
I hope
they
so.
are an incredibly aggressive species.
Yeah.
Like, don't they try to square up with people sometimes?
They're the deer of America.
I've the deer of America. I've watched videos of people. There's one video I really love of a guy whose dog is like getting kind of harassed by a kangaroo, and the guy
I
like
know this one.
you can't actually fight fucking, but the guy like runs up to the kangaroo and just socks it in the face, and the thing is so
it's stunned
by the fact that he did that it doesn't like do anything really, and then he kind of squares up, yells at it, and then backs off with the dog, which is nice.
He's like, yo, respect,
Yes.
respect.
Yeah, the kangaroo genuinely was not anticipating that. He was like, wow, the audacity of this motherfucker. Fucking deer. Kangaroos are scary, man.
Deer are scary.
Adam, can we commission your sister to take our ideas of who we want to replace Santa, our collective animals, to be the figurehead of Santa, and have them make them, and then we vote which one looks the best
I like this.
between the four of. Oh, or we have Austin pick because he's not here.
This is a fantastic
Austin doesn't
idea.
get the privilege of picking.
I think we should do this. I like this idea for a bit.
Austin can have the privilege of picking if and when he finally turns in the first draft of our mascot. That's what I feel. I think we need to be firm on this, Kody. We can't go easy on him just because you love him.
No, I'm not.
Both of
That's
these
fine.
things should happen.
Well, yes.
Well, yes.
Liam,
Kody.
what is your favorite Christmas memory?
My favorite Christmas memory?
I know mine.
I don't know. I've had a lot of good Christmases. I like spending Christmas with my family. I don't know. I don't have a specific Christmas memory as my favorite. Nah, I don't remember my childhood very well, honestly. In all honesty. So I just remember adult Christmases, and some were odd. Some were very interesting. I had a COVID Christmas. Yeah.
Where you got sick?
I didn't, but one of my immediate family members did, so we couldn't go down to visit our big family. So we had to have like a thing at home, but where we were all in different rooms. But yeah, I don't have any exciting Christmas stories really.
I remember being...
Oh, one time on Christmas I was going to kill myself, and then an angel came down and showed me what the world would be like if I was never born. So that was nice. Ever since then, I've had a pretty sunny outlook on life. But
that's memorable. There you go.
I kind of forgot about it. But I don't think I really have any significant Christmas memories, honestly. It's just a day.
Can we leave that in the
Liam.
podcast?
Liam, are
What?
Are you okay?
you okay?
I'm fine. I'm peachy keen. I'm happy as can be.
I was freaking stoked in 2006 when I got my Xbox 360 for Christmas.
Hell yeah, brother! It's like that picture of the kid with the N64 who's all excited. Were you like that? Is there a photo of you getting the 360?
I hope so. There might be. I should ask, but I remember being really fucking excited, and I think like the first couple games I got might have been like Viva Pinata and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 or something.
Oh man, I love Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I have never played Viva Pinata though. I always wanted to.
Oh, man.
I always wished that I had it. It seemed like a very weird game.
It was weird, and it was a lot of fun.
I have a game that's now that's kind of similar to it, at least in vibe. It's a game called Bug Snacks. You ever heard of it?
Yep. It's like a creature collector game, right?
Sort of, not really. Yes and no. You're on an island full of like people and then animals that are all like food. They're like food objects. You have like a bunger, which is like a burger bug. I don't know how to describe it. But you like capture the animals and then feed them to people. And then in some strange body horror twist of things, their limbs become a type of food similar to the one you fed to them. Like the people start turning into food when you feed them to them.
That sounds really surreal and bizarre.
Yes, and you're also like on the island investigating the disappearance of the previous scientist that was there. So it's
That
a
is
little
very interesting.
dark, but also wholesome.
I feel like I saw it had like overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam.
Oh, it's phenomenal. I highly recommend it. Great Steam Deck game to play if you're in bed.
Is it like mind-numbing, like Stardew style game, or
It's not like a farming sim, but yeah, it is very relaxing. Like there's really very little consequence. It's just little puzzles you solve and you go around. It's a first person game.
It's currently 65% off.
I have two like specific Christmas memories that really stand out for like my childhood. One of them wasn't even Christmas, but the Christmas tree was still up. I must have been like 3. It's like one of my earliest memories was me running out into the living room and it was like spring, and me being like, "It's Christmas," and it was like bright and sunny and warm as fuck outside, and it was not Christmas. and then I had one from a memory from 8th grade Christmas where I got a really bad ear infection, and I got violently ill, and I threw up in my uncle's trash barrel, and he just turned around to my mom and went, "Hey, your son's throwing up in my barrel. Can we not have that happen?" And I was like, "Oh fucking god!" And then I was sick for like 2 weeks.
I threw up at a Christmas party once too.
Yeah, just the one that I picked you up from.
What?
Nope. All right.
You know what? Actually, I changed my mind. I do have an adult Christmas memory that was nice. I remember I was on the road after picking up a friend of mine with another friend of mine, and it's the same one. I've told us the preceding story to this, where my friend shit his pants. When we arrived in the neighborhood of my friend's father, my other friend shit his pants, and then had to sneakily throw the underwear away by faking a phone call from his girlfriend. But that whole time was very surreal because we spent Christmas Day with
on the road.
Because we were coming from the town of Midland, Texas, which was I don't remember if it's the hometown of George W. Bush, not the birthplace though. He was born in Kennebunkport, Maine, but the hometown. And it's just an oil town basically. And we woke up at a hotel there, then drove to San Antonio, a couple hours away, and just spent Christmas Day there. And it was a very surreal experience to spend Christmas Day with a bunch of people that were very welcoming, in their own words, quote unquote, not too Jesus-y, and just complete strangers, essentially. And I also met my friend's grandpa, who was not long for this world and did not wish to be there. And by there, I mean San Antonio, Texas, and also alive. So I
fair, I
found
don't think
kinship
anybody
with him.
really wants to be in San Antonio, Texas.
I actually quite like San Antonio. I would go back if I had the chance. It was a very nice place. The neighborhood we were in, like staying in, was a little dystopian because it was so close together. and like all these like 2 or 3 story houses that were all very close together and relatively small, and you don't have a backyard at all. But like the actual city of San Antonio is very nice. Have you been there, Kody?
No, I have not.
Oh, well, how do you speak ill of a place that you've never been?
How do you speak ill of a place that you've also never been, Liam?
But I've been to it.
The North Pole.
I didn't speak ill of the North Pole.
You speak ill of the North Pole in private conversation all the time. I hear it. You speak ill of it. It's too cold and too crass, too evil for you.
I mean, it is a brutal environment.
See,
Kody, look, I'm all for joking, Kody. But I have lots of respect for Mr. Claus, and to hear you
what about Mrs.
come up
Claus?
with lies about things that I supposedly said off microphone, it's low even for you. And I just want to say, I have never said any ill words about the North Pole. Said bad things about England, and I'll continue saying bad things about England until one of you limey fucks comes over here to the United States and socks me in the jaw for the things that I'm saying. Until then, I will continue to speak the truth about your people. But I have never said anything bad about the North Pole. And I will say San Antonio is a beautiful city. They got this river walk, which is this nice little lit up walk. They got a river that flows through. It's like a little canal throughout the city, and they got all these restaurants and stuff. I went to a really shitty Irish pub on the river walk. There was a fingernail in my drink, and that is nice. But, that's fine.
So gnarly.
It's all good. I drank it.
Did you? I was gonna ask. Did you drink it?
I drank it. I didn't drink the fingernail. I took the fingernail out of the drink, but
why did you still drink it?
Alcohol is a disinfectant. Who cares?
All right.
Liam and I are on the same page on this one.
Yeah. I mean, if it was like a booger or something viscous, it might be a different story. But it was a fucking fingernail.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Was it like
probably broke off of the person who was serving my drink to me? I don't care.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Was it like a painted fingernail, or was it like
no? It was just like it was like a little sliver of somebody's fingernail. I did not. It was like I knew what it was, and I was like, that's gross. But the place we were drinking at had like $5 drinks. I wasn't gonna complain.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Anyway, San Antonio, beautiful. But yeah, that was a really nice time. It was nice to spend time with a very religious family of strangers who were tangentially related to someone that I know.
Hell
that sounds kind of wholesome in a way, though.
It was. It made me appreciate my own family dynamic, and also just like the welcoming nature and the warmth of the people who we were visiting. Who, like, I mean, even my friend it was his father's family. He didn't like know his dad really well, but they still welcomed us with open arms, and it was very nice. And I slept in a 6-year-old's bunk bed, and that part wasn't nice.
Yeah, that sounds kind of cramped.
Was it race car style?
No, it was bunk beds. Well, that'd be good. Bunk race car beds.
Yeah, dude.
That'd be crazy.
Oh, it'd be like a double decker from like a fucking from like England.
That's what you and Austin are gonna have when this podcast pops off.
Yeah, well,
race car bunk beds.
No, it's gonna be like an England like double bus style thing.
So it's one race car bed, but there's there's an inner compartment.
Yeah.
Who gets the inner compartment? You or Austin?
Me.
It's for whoever's mad at the other.
Oh, that's so true. Yeah, well, I mean, that was my memory. That's my beautiful Christmas memory. I think Christmas is a wonderful time that brings everyone. Well, the holidays are a wonderful time that bring everyone together. Not just Christmas.
Well, sometimes
include every holiday.
Sometimes it brings people together, but sometimes it brings out the worst in people.
Such as?
You ever work retail?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Ever what?
Work retail?
Nah, I have not actually ever had a retail job. Will you believe that?
Yeah.
I've worked service industry jobs. I've worked plenty of food jobs. I have never done retail.
Yeah.
I'm not a salesman. I'm not very good at selling things.
It's a time. It's a time. And yeah, Cody's right. It really does bring out the worst in people.
Yeah.
It do be like that.
It sounds like you have PTSD from it.
No, I'm enjoying Christmas again.
So I for the not for the holidays, but just for shits and giggles, I've been going to malls these past couple weekends. I really don't have anything to buy, but like just walking around them is fun, I think. And
do people watch often?
Yes. And let me tell you, there are people at malls, and they are stinky. But one store I do like to go in is Lush. I've talked about it before.
Yeah.
It's a nice store with nice smells. And I know that they didn't run any Black Friday specials or anything on Black Friday. So I guess there were a lot of people that were like giving workers there a hard time. Like trying to, oh, can I have the tester for half off? Oh, can you give me your employee discount? All that type of stuff.
What the fuck?
I just think it's interesting that people are so entitled that they think that just because it's a day where people can offer discounts that they must.
That they have to.
Yeah.
Let me buy the floor model.
Well, if you've been to a Lush or any like equivalent sort of cosmetic store, you know that would be disgusting to take one of those things home.
I used to work for Marshalls, and I'll say that because there's a million of them, and it's a massive company. And I used to work there. I worked there for too fucking long, and every Black Friday, customers would be like, "Why are there no discounts? Why are there no discounts?" It's like, it's a discount store to begin with, you fucking idiot. That's why you're here, because you're poor and you can't afford your own shit. You just fucking buy the stuff and leave. Get out of here,
brother. Just denigrating the good people of Marshalls.
Me?
The good patrons of Marshalls. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them.
It is funny to go to a discount store and expect discounts on
like
Black Friday.
It's like going to a Goodwill and being like,
hey, can I get that half off?
yeah.
Can I get those lightly crepe jeans half off?
Do you ever have customers that you like remember and you're like, you were glad to see them?
Oh yeah, I was a pizza delivery driver, one of my first like long-term jobs that I had, and I had people who would order from us every week, and I would love to take their order because they would tip well or they'd just be nice, and like I hung around in the town that I worked in too. What'd you say?
I said it was mostly for the money.
Well, it was mostly for the money. But, when you're working a job like that, like you need money.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting paid shit. Basically, if I wasn't doing deliveries, I was getting paid minimum wage, quote unquote. But like tipping is bullshit, basically. It's like $2.25 basically. And then the difference between $2.25 and minimum wage is what your boss makes up for like idle time.
Yep.
And that's only if you don't already surpass that from tips, which you would even if you took like one delivery an hour.
Yeah.
Which is,
not great.
Shit. So you're always looking out for the best tip. But there is truly something to be said. You do, even though you're not like talking to people when you deliver food. And I don't really think this is much of a thing since COVID because people just do DoorDash now. And I don't think anybody even like comes to the door for DoorDash. I think they just drop food off and send you a picture.
Yep.
So I don't know what pizza delivery is like, but I imagine it's somewhat similar.
It's changed. Yeah.
But yeah, I would hang out in the town that I worked in a lot, and I would see the people that I deliver food to, and you do develop a rapport, because people are like, "Hey, pizza guy."
It's our fucking pizza guy.
And that's doubly true when I work counter service at the late night pizza place, because then you're getting people who are getting drunk every weekend out on the town who are coming in at 12:30 at night, being like, "Hell yeah, getting pizza," and then they'll recognize you when you're around.
Yeah.
Like you're a lifesaver is what you are.
I used to have this dude that would come in. His name was Dave, and he was like the most. Do you ever meet someone whose voice just like instantly calms you?
Has like, that sort of Jigglypuff effect on you?
Yeah, and he was always
and his name is Adam.
Wow, thanks, man.
His name was Dave, and I'd be like, "Oh, hey Dave, how you doing?" And he was like, "Man, I went to a comic book store earlier, and I did all this stuff. I worked on my car, and now I'm just here to grab some socks because I was walking around the house and I could feel the hardwood floor on the heel of my foot." And I'm like, "Yeah, Dave, yeah, you keep talking to me for a little bit. You just keep speaking to me, bud."
He sounds like a cartoon turtle.
He kind of looks like a cartoon turtle.
Okay. That's what I figured. I figured you'd say that.
He was so funny. He was so nice.
Another contender for a Santa replacement.
Dave.
A turtle?
I meant cartoon turtle, but Dave too. He could be Dave the cartoon turtle.
David Claus.
Dave the cartoon turtle does sound like a Christmas mascot to me.
He sure does.
I saw him a handful of years later, and I was like, "Dave, how's your life? How's your daughter doing? How's the family?" And he goes, "My wife divorced me, and my daughter doesn't look at me the same way anymore."
Did you have to share that?
Yeah, I did.
I'm still soothed.
Well, now I'm striking Dave the Cartoon Turtle as an option for mascots, because now if I think about him, I'm just going to get depressed.
Yeah.
That doesn't work anymore. Thanks.
I hope Dave's doing well, and I also hope that he finds this podcast and he emails me at Kody's real email at gmail.com. And we can catch up, have a drink, and hopefully he's mended his family life. And yeah.
Dave the Cartoon Zoloft Turtle.
I hope that people who aren't already familiar with Kody find this podcast and email us at the previously said email. And give us your input. Tell us about any funny dreams you might have had, any cool inventions that you've thought of, or things that we should talk about, sodas that should be reviewed on the Soda Report, or anything else of relevance.
Send us some memes.
No, don't send us memes.
Please don't send us memes. I'd rather you send a picture of your cock. Like if you're gonna fill our inbox with useless shit, at least have some work put into it.
Yeah. Also, send us other ideas for Santa mascots.
Yeah, we want to hear what your animal or person is.
Yeah.
Or entity. Maybe
Yeah.
it's a Yeti.
What if it's, well, the Yeti's real, Adam. So.
On that note, bye.
Hey, if you should we?
God damn it, Adam! Every time.
We gotta say the stuff.
Well, we already said it. We already said to email us. What more needs to be said?
Subscribe, share with your coworker if you want to talk.
Need to say
if
that.
you
Nobody's
wanna,
doing it.
If you want to talk to your friend at the water bubbler at work, mention the podcast. Tell him to mention it to someone else. The Giving Tree. That might be, you know?
Extend the olive branch that is the Learner's Permit podcast.
Yeah.
Ever heard of a multi-level marketing scheme?
Just that, but it's a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a podcast and nobody makes money, not even us, except Kody
Nope,
somehow.
I don't. I definitely don't.
While you're at it, you can leave a rating or a review or share it on social media. You know, just we want to engage with you. We miss you.
I love you.
Please come back.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next week for a very special post-Christmas episode.
Yes. Post-Christmas episode with mascots galore. 4 separate mascots.
And hopefully, Austin will be bringing a mascot to the table.
That's why I said 4, Liam.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? Exactly what I
I
said.
mean, what do you mean?
Because we're going to have our own that Adam's sister will make, and then...
No, you're talking about the Christmas mascots. I'm talking about the show mascots.
Yeah, that's what I said with 4 I said 4. The 3 and then Austin's 1.
Okay, well, I wasn't expecting to put Adam's sister to work, so I apologize to her.
Yeah, she hasn't even agreed to this yet.
Well, apparently
Very presumptuous,
I'm
but-
making money from this, so I'll throw something that way, I guess, and we'll make it happen. Or whatever.
All right. Well, till next time. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye!
Your mic peaked on Discord.
Fuck.
So I didn't.
You've been listening to Learner's Permit. Thanks for listening. We hope you learned something today. Until next time, goodbye.